Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are completely tearing down everything you thought you knew about a good night's rest. Seriously, we've all been conditioned to think of sleep as this, optional luxury, like it's just a lifestyle choice or maybe just that annoying biological hurdle we try to overcome with endless cups of coffee. But the clinical data, it tells a totally different story. Sleep is an active, life-saving biological necessity, period. And getting it wrong could literally be taking years off your life. To really wrap our heads around the massive scale of this issue, get this, 50 to 70 million Americans are chronically suffering from a disorder of sleep and wakefulness. I mean, that is a staggering portion of the population just walking around in a clinically compromised state. It's hindering their daily functioning and actively harming their longevity. We are, quite literally, facing a massive public health crisis, and it's happening right behind our closed bedroom doors.
Now you might be thinking, hey, I get a little tired during the week, but no big deal, I just catch up on the weekends. Well, the science completely shatters that myth. Catching up on sleep on your days off does not, I repeat, does not return your body or your brain to its baseline functioning. Your inconsistent schedule isn't some clever life hack, it is a silent stressor. So we really have to stop and ask, is your sleep schedule quietly killing you?
All right, so here is our roadmap for this explainer. We are going to cover the sleep epidemic, the Goldilocks sleep zone, heart, weight and immunity, mind, memory and mood, hidden enemies of sleep, and finally, reclaiming your rest. Let's jump right in.
Starting off with Part 1, the sleep epidemic, a public health crisis.
Our modern lifestyles and this constant 24/7 connectivity are basically at war with our biology. Our bodies are entirely reliant on what's called the circadian rhythm. Think of it as your internal 24-hour master clock. It sits right in your hypothalamus, and it dictates everything from your heart rate to your hormone secretion, all based on light and dark. But when we fight this clock and experience what researchers call social jet lag, we severely misalign those internal rhythms. And the data shows this misalignment acts as a massive, massive trigger for disease.
Which brings us perfectly to Part 2, the Goldilocks sleep zone and the lethal U-curve of rest.
Okay, so look at this. When researchers chart out all-cause mortality risk against sleep duration, we find that both extremes are incredibly dangerous. It makes this U-shape. The lowest possible risk, the absolute sweet spot, is right there at exactly 7 hours. If you sleep less than 5 hours, your risk naturally shoots up. But here is the crazy part. The risk spikes even higher for heavy sleepers who are getting more than 9 hours. So every single hour outside of that 7-hour sweet spot measurably increases your overall risk of mortality.
Moving to Part 3, heart, weight, and immunity. Let's look at the actual physical toll of sleep deprivation.
So what really happens to your body when we miss that 7-hour sweet spot? Well, compared to people sleeping 7 hours, those sleeping less than 5 hours face a shocking 70% increased risk of dying from influenza and pneumonia. Cardiovascular disease mortality jumps by 66%. And it's not just internal illness. Even your critical judgment gets dangerously impaired, leading to a 33% higher risk of fatal motor accidents. Sleep deprivation isn't just being tired. It is a systemic failure of your body's defenses.
To understand why your heart specifically takes such a brutal hit, we have to look at your nervous system. Normally, sleep activates the parasympathetic system. That's your rest and digest phase, where your heart rate slows down and your blood pressure drops in a healing process called nocturnal dipping. But chronic sleep loss keeps you trapped in the sympathetic nervous system. That's your fight or flight mode. Without that vital nocturnal dipping, your cardiovascular system just remains under this constant, unrelenting stress, which directly causes hypertension and heart disease.
And the impact on your immunity is honestly just as severe. While you're sleeping, your body is busy producing these vital infection-fighting proteins called cytokines. Chronic sleep loss absolutely decimates this defense system. This lack of cytokines, that is exactly why we see that staggering 70% increased risk of dying from respiratory infections we talked about earlier. You are literally starving your immune system of its primary weapon. Oh, and if you've ever felt ravenously hungry after a terrible night's sleep, that is not just in your head. Sleep loss aggressively rewires your metabolism. It actually lowers leptin, which is the hormone that tells your brain, hey, I'm full. And it cranks up ghrelin, the peptide that intensely stimulates your appetite. It creates this severe hormonal imbalance. It's the physiological reason why sleep-deprived individuals tend to have higher BMIs and face a 2.5 times higher risk of developing diabetes. Your body is basically chemically screaming at you to eat quick energy because it's so exhausted.
All right, Part 4, mind, memory, and mood.
let's talk about the cognitive and psychiatric consequences. Because obviously, sleep isn't just about physical recovery, right? It entirely dictates our mental health too. Your brain fundamentally needs two distinct stages of sleep. Non-REM sleep is like the janitor. It flushes out all the neural toxins built up during the day. But REM sleep, rapid eye movement, that is where the magic happens for your mind. REM sleep actively cements new memories, processes your learning, and literally stabilizes your emotional resilience for the next day. When you cut your sleep short, you completely rob yourself of this critical cognitive processing.
But remember that U-curve we looked at? More sleep isn't always the answer. Recent findings out of UT Health San Antonio show that sleeping 9 or more hours actually worsens cognitive performance, particularly things like executive functions and memory. And this association is really strongly linked to individuals who have depressive symptoms. Excessive sleep and depression can kind of feed into each other, creating this vicious cycle that actively degrades your brain health over time.
Which brings us to part 5, hidden enemies of sleep. These are the invisible saboteurs right there in your bedroom.
So maybe you're being super disciplined. You're trying to get your perfect 7 hours, but you're still waking up feeling totally exhausted. To understand why, we need to talk about something called sleep efficiency. This is a super vital metric. It measures the percentage of time you spend actually getting restorative sleep while you're in bed versus just laying there, tossing and turning. A lot of us subjectively think, oh, my bedroom is perfectly comfortable, while our actual sleep efficiency is secretly plummeting without us even realizing it.
Researchers at the University of Louisville actually dug into this, and they found that invisible environmental factors, things like micropollution, ambient noise, and high room temperatures, absolutely ruin our rest. But wait, here is the absolute craziest hidden saboteur. Simply sleeping with your bedroom door completely closed can trap carbon dioxide from your own breath. It elevates the CO2 levels in the room enough to drop your sleep efficiency by 4%, just from closing the door.
Okay, part 6. Reclaiming your rest, evidence-based sleep hygiene.
We really can't treat sleep like an afterthought anymore. It has to be proactively managed. So here are the actionable clinical steps to reset that biological clock. Number 1, maintain a consistent 7 to 8 hour schedule. Yes, even on the weekends. Number 2, limit your screens for a full hour before bed to protect your natural melatonin production. Number 3, ventilate your room. Maybe crack that door open a bit and drop the temperature to combat both CO2 buildup and heat. And finally, number 4, avoid heavy meals and alcohol late at night. You want to ensure your parasympathetic nervous system can properly take over and do its healing work.
I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful quote from the Lakeview Cardiology data. It says, "Sleep is now recognized not merely as a lifestyle choice, but as a modifiable cardiovascular risk factor." That is huge. Prioritizing your rest is, quite literally, one of the absolute most powerful proactive things you can do for your longevity. It's not a luxury, it is medicine.
We live in a society that just constantly glorifies overworking, right? We literally brag about our lack of sleep over coffee. But knowing what you know now about your heart, your brain, and your immune system, and a culture that wears burnout as a badge of honor, are you brave enough to just go to bed? Take back your health tonight. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.